Today is Tuesday, December the 29th. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. Okay, I don't have a lot of time. I'm actually recording this earlier than I normally do because I have some other things I need to take care of today. But it's so weird. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. I cannot make this stuff up. All right. Well, for those who have been listening to the podcast, you already know that I've been working on my stuff to get ready to do my tarot card readings. And I've been receiving some stuff. I received these yesterday, King Solomon Oracle cards, which these are so cool. And which I believe I mentioned that. I might have mentioned that. I don't know. All the stuff jumbles together, but whatever. And then just a minute ago, I received the Attitude of Gratitude affirmation cards because I like to do the positivity stuff. So I want to incorporate that into the tarot card readings because sometimes the tarot card readings don't always bring good news. So at least you can bring in something to close it out on a positive from time to time, depending on what type of reading is going to happen. So I got those. And then also I got the Chakra Love mini cards, which is raise your crystal vibrations. And that's similar to the other mini cards I showed you with the little sayings on them and stuff. So I have those. But that's not the main story here. This came in its own separate package here. So the UPS man delivered the stuff and I see two packages. And I'm like, what else did I order? Because I order stuff constantly. Amazon is constantly shipping me stuff. I looked like the past, what was it, 100 days or something like that, or 90 days. And I've received like 111 packages in 90 or 100 days. So you do the math, how many packages I'm averaging all the time from Amazon, just ordering stuff. Well, because I received so many packages, not just Amazon, but also Walmart too, as well. Because now, which Walmart, their logistics, they need to work on it a little bit, to be honest. Once they get their logistics down, they're good. But I will say I'm happy when they choose FedEx to deliver because FedEx is my preferred carrier. And I have the least amount of issues with FedEx, UPS, just like with these packages, they were put at the wrong door again. But these are minor details. Anyways, so I go through the package and I'm like, what is this? And it has my name on it. It has my name, address, and everything. And as I'm pulling it out, I'm pulling out a computer cable, a gaming microphone, and a professional gaming headset. Now, for those who have been listening to the podcast, you know I bought the Xbox Series X, but I like video games and game systems, but I'm not into it like that. So I wouldn't have bought this stuff. And this is mostly for computers anyway. So now, as I pulled the stuff out, I'm like, I didn't order this, but my name was on the label. And I was thrown off for a second because I had seen another label on the package, but then it was X'd out. And then my label was put on another side of the package. So the first thing I thought, I was like, okay, wait a second. Is there some identity thing going on here? And I was like, well, I doubt that's it because I have identity protection or whatever and all that crazy stuff. So if anything weird happens related to my name or social or whatever, then I'll receive alerts, which I receive alerts anyway. Just to say, hey, was this you? Did you do this? Da, 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 all that stuff. But I was like, so I don't think that would be it. So I'm examining the UPS labels and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, these cards came from, you know, this supplier, and then I look at the label with the gaming stuff, and it came from the same supplier. So the only thing I can deduce in my Sherlock Holmes mind, I can't say voice because I don't know how to do a Sherlock Holmes accent, which Sherlock Holmes is English. Yeah, my English accent, I don't know, cheerio. But yeah, so the only thing that I can deduce by looking at the two labels is that more than likely the supplier was in a rush and accidentally slapped the UPS label with my information on it on this other package that already had a label on it, even though it was marked through. That's the only thing I can guess. Now, it still could be a case of somebody doing something a little bit shady, but I don't think that's it. I just think that somebody was in a rush with the supplier, and the supplier through who sends through Amazon, or who Amazon chooses, they just made some type of mailing error, and somehow an additional label got on a different package, and I received two packages. Now, I'm not going to do the investigating right now, or not necessarily investigating. I don't plan on contacting UPS right away because I have a lot more things on my list that I need to get taken care of. I need to get out the way. So here we are. And the other thing is I don't plan on keeping this stuff unless they make me. Where it's like, because sometimes that happens too, where you're like, hey, I want to return this. And they're like, well, no, don't worry about it. Just keep it or whatever. And I have to contact UPS and see what UPS wants to do, because I'm not going out of my way to correct something that wasn't my fault. If UPS is willing to send their driver back to pick it up, fine. But for me, boxing everything up and doing this and doing that and sending it to, no. Which UPS, they can bring a label to pick up whatever they need to pick up. They've done it before. But the reason I'm telling you this story, not only is it entertaining, but it actually goes with what my daily thought was. Because as soon as this happened and I'm opening up something that doesn't belong to me, I'm like, wow, I can incorporate this story into my daily thought. So here I am. And the thing that I'm talking about is karma, which is why I would not go out of my way to keep that package, because the package does not belong to me. I will make an effort. I'm not just going to say, oh, I just got, some computer hardware, a headset and a microphone and I think it's the AV cable or whatever for the computer. Oh, wow, I have extra equipment now. No. And plus my mind doesn't think like that anyway. I don't like taking things that aren't mine. So the other part of that is that I don't want that karma. And again, what I told you guys for 2021, and I'm going to keep pushing this up until New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day, that 2021 is the year. 2020 was the year of cleansing, is what it was. 2020 was the year of cleansing, meaning a lot of things had to be moved out of the way so new seeds can be planted. And also so people can find out who they really are, to see if they have what it takes to endure when certain things happen in their life. It was a year of cleansing. It was a year of rebirth to get rid of the old so you can elevate to another level and ascend. 2021 is going to be the year of planting, is what that will be. So whatever you are planning to do in 2021, err on the side of doing it from a place of positivity if you can. And I'm not saying that I expect people to be positive 100% all the time. I'm not positive 100% all the time. I already told you how positive thoughts and negative thoughts work. It takes a lot to train the human mind to think more positive thoughts than negative thoughts and to keep it from automatically going to the negative. So I totally get that. What I'm talking about is that when you act on things, make sure, do your best to make sure that it is something that will elevate you as a person or those who are affected by it as people. Sort of like a citizen of the world type thing. Because if you sow those seeds in 2021, 2022, you will reap a harvest. 2022 will be the year of karma. It will be the year of justice, the year of balancing. What was sown in 2021 will then be reviewed in 2022. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you can not take bad karma with you, do your best not to take that bad karma with you. And me personally, and everybody has their opinions and their thoughts, because again, as I've always said on the show, we're all individuals, we're all people, we have different thoughts on how life works. And that is our right as human beings to have different thoughts. My thought is that people should do everything possible to avoid carrying or opening the door to bad karma following them, is how I look at it. And me not at least making the effort, and I'm pointing down at the equipment because it's next to me. Me not at least making the effort to contact UPS and say, hey, I received some stuff. Pretty sure this isn't right. And I don't know how they're going to do it because Amazon was the person who I went through, but Amazon used somebody else to supply the product. So that's kind of interesting that I don't know how Amazon is going to work that out. But I'll start with UPS first and say, you might want to get this part back to the shipper. And then the shipper can communicate with Amazon and then they can figure out what's what and who is supposed to have this. Apparently, I guess the person whose label got marked out originally. But I want to make the effort because I don't want to even chance. First of all, like I said, my mind doesn't think like that. My mind doesn't think like, oh, what can I keep? That's not mine. I'm not wired that way. However, still, I want to at least make the effort to not carry that karma with me, holding on to something that's not mine. Now, if I've done everything that I can do and I'm stuck with it, gift from the universe, I guess, but there's only but so much you can do. I'm talking about karma because my daily thought is, when it comes to karma, when you see people reap what they sow, don't laugh at their karma if it's bad. If they reap something bad, don't laugh at it. There have been situations where people have done things to me, and later I find out that certain things have happened directly affected to what was done to me, or things that have nothing to do with what was done to me. And some things are exactly karma, and some things are just life. Not everything can be chalked up to karma. But if you find yourself in a moment where you get the vibe that someone received their karma in a negative way, don't laugh at them. Don't worry about it. It's not something to dwell on. And usually when I find out things, I find out later, in it's through another party, or indirectly, where it just happens, where I find it out. I don't go looking for it. I never go looking for someone to receive karma in a negative, or let me rephrase, for someone to receive negative karma. I don't look for it, because usually when something is done to me that I view as on a lower frequency, lower vibration, or whatever, I just usually brush it off. It's rare that I even get entangled with it, for several reasons. One reason is because sometimes I don't know when to take my foot off the gas. So better not to even go down that road, because usually when I go all the way. And then the other reason is that I do believe in karma, which I've received karma before. One of my relationships was karma, is what it was. It was exactly karma. But it was also a learning experience, and it taught me, along with another relationship, how to, to respect the power of love. But when someone receives their karma, and you know they received their karma, their negative karma, then don't laugh. Don't worry about it. It's not, sometimes some things just aren't worth thinking about. Some people just aren't worth your thoughts. Your thoughts, which I'm sure you have many, at least I know I do. Your thoughts are precious. And why dedicate that bandwidth to something that is a non-factor? There's another way I could say it, aka Basketball Wives, but this is a family-friendly show. If you have watched Basketball Wives before, you know what I'm talking about. But for something that is a non-factor, why even give it the bandwidth to think about? I wouldn't. And I rarely do, because I usually don't care, for the most part. And when I hear it, even though I wasn't looking for it, I'm just like, well, okay. It's like, on to the next thing. It's not that serious. But yeah, karma is something else. And it's weird that this came here. This stuff that doesn't belong to me was delivered with my name on it on the day I'm talking about karma. Isn't that something? So, yeah, of course like I said, I'll contact UPS and do that, and especially since we're near closing out 2020 and about this, I am not starting off my 2021 like that. No. Yeah, I'll be contacting UPS probably first thing tomorrow is what I will be doing. So yeah, they can expect a phone call or something, a note sent to them on their website, or whatever I need to do to get them out here to get this. So yeah, but just beware of karma. And when someone receives negative karma, just don't laugh at them. If anything, wish them well. Wish good for them. If something bad happens to them, even if you don't like them, just wish them well. Because for all the stuff that I've talked about on here, pretty sure you've never heard me wish bad on anyone, including my cousin who lied on me with her trifling self. Even her, I don't wish bad on her. I just don't care about her. But I don't wish bad on her. And that is in my humble opinion, just my opinion, in my humble opinion, that is the better attitude to have. It's just wish them well. Don't wish bad on anyone, regardless of what they do to you. And when the chickens come home to roost for whatever has been done to you, don't laugh. Just move on and wish them well. That's the best thing that you can do. Don't get drugged down in that energy. So, yeah, that's all I have for my daily thought. How about that? Getting closer to the tarot card readings. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I have these two books. I actually have several books, but the one that I've been going through is this particular book right here that I showed you before, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. And that one is great. It's very, very detailed, descriptive. It's amazing. This little book right here is more the nut, like it's a short little breakdown, and I'm going through this, which most of the cards I already know. And after I finish going through this, and after I read more of this particular book, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot, by Liz Dean, for those who want to know, I'll feel more comfortable with the tarot card readings. But more than likely, I will be doing them soon, because I know the cards, because I've watched so many. Just like today, I probably watched maybe 10 tarot card readings today. And when the cards were pulled out, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that means. Oh yeah, I know what that one means. Or at least how I interpret it. Because again, as a matter of fact, that happened during, what is her name? Tarot with Taria, I think is her name, the name of her channel. And she interpreted what was it? I want to say the Seven of Swords a totally different way than I would have interpreted. Because the Seven of Swords is about, the sevens are about watching. And this is just a little side thing. I mean, thank you. It's 3:33. The sevens are, in my eyes, about watching. Because Seven of Swords means that you need to watch what's going on around you, because somebody is possibly being sneaky. They might be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Read your contracts. If you're about to sign a contract with someone, that might mean, hey, comb it, read it with the fine-tooth comb, go through all the details, because they might have snuck something in there that they weren't expecting you to see or didn't want you to see, and could take away some money from you. The Seven of Cups, watching for options to come forward. Some people say the Seven of Cups is that you have too many options, so you're overwhelmed. But I just say it's watching. You're watching for options to come forward. And there will be a lot of options that come forward, and you need to watch which one you pick. The other one, the Seven of Wands, is Seven of Wands is usually where you're fighting off people, but you're at a higher vantage point where you can watch who's coming at you from a 360 degree, and you will more than likely be successful. It'll just be a hard fight is what it will be. But watch from all angles where people are coming at you, which is kind of weird that they have that one as that type of card, because the card before that, the Six of Wands, is victory. You would think that the victory would be afterwards, but the Seven of Wands is also a form of victory, but it's more of a hard fought victory is what it's known as. And then the Seven of Pentacles is you're watching some of the seeds that you planted is what you're doing. You put in some of the work, because the Pentacles are usually related to money, abundance, things of that nature. So you put in the work. And now you're kind of watching and seeing how it's growing, looking at where things are, but you don't want to get stuck at watching and staying back there. You want to keep on moving forward, because the next level is the Eight of Pentacles, where you put your nose to the grindstone and you really work. And then the Nine of Pentacles, which is where you're self-sufficient, you worked your butt off, you did the thing. And then the Ten of Pentacles, which is pretty much ultimate abundance, is what it is. You've got the money, you've got the happy family, you've got everything that you pretty much want to have, and you worked for it is what it is. It's usually related to work of some form. So yeah, when it comes to the cards, I've seen the reading so many times, I kind of know, but I still want to go through the little book first and at least read this one. And then I'll more than likely start doing my readings. And then as time goes on, I'll eventually complete the big book. And I have 2 other books as well, and 2 other big books, and some smaller books and things like that. And then the stuff with the oracle cards and whatnot. So that's my little update on the tarot thing. Anyways, I'm babbling now. Let me go ahead and get going. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the podcast. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform, which is the Anchor podcasting platform. But of course, the show is carried on Apple Podcast, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and many others. And you can follow Instagram, KIRWKC. Also, I upload these episodes on IGTV as well. And Twitter, KIRWKC. If you're watching this on YouTube or Dailymotion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell for YouTube. I forgot how many subscribers I'm at on YouTube. Now, I think it's 1,030 or something like that. I don't know. But for those who took the time to subscribe to my channel, thank you. For those who take the time to listen to my podcast and stream and download the podcast, thank you. For those who have been sharing or liking or whatever, anything that you've done to support the show, you have my thanks, sincerely. And that's all I got. I gotta go. Until next time, be blessed.